Hi, I'm Alex, this is Pucksandpaperbacks, and welcome to another book haul. I posted a book haul in June, and since then, I have acquired more books. So welcome to my end of summer book haul where I will be hauling more queer books. Things that I have acquired, things I've bought, etc. As always, if you want to know more about the books and where to purchase them, the links will be down below, as well as the titles and chapters if you want to move around in this video. The purchase links are affiliate links, which are no extra cost to you, but if you end up buying any book in this video, feel free to use my link. It'll help support this channel. Let's get into the video. First is from Dial Press, and this is Falling Back in Love with Being Human, Letters to Lost Souls by Cheng Thom. I love this author. She wrote one of my favorite books of last year, which was Fierce Femmes and Notorious Liars. I think that's what it's called. So when I was reached out about this book, I knew I had to say yes. I am so excited to read this. It says, "Dear reader, this is a book of love letters to everyone and everything I have ever had trouble holding in my heart. I needed to know that I could love them because that meant I could still love myself." I feel like this is going to be super relatable as a trans person, and I just love this author, so I'm super excited. So thank you to Dial Press for sending me a copy. If you saw my short, I posted this book haul of things that I got at the end of June, and I just forgot to mention them in my June book haul. Sometimes when I'm filming book hauls, I get into the editing stage and then I'm like, oh, here's all of the books that I forgot because I am just not organized. Fierce Reads sent me a box for Pride called Celebrate Pride, and they included all of these YA books, including Ode to My First Car by Robin Gao, which is written in verse. I'll be reading it for Sapphic September because it has bi rep, and I am just so excited. I haven't gotten to read their books yet, but I've heard so many great things about them. This is one of my most anticipated releases of the year, so I am going to get to it hopefully this month. This is about Claire, and she is a closeted bisexual. It's her senior year of high school, and she has to pay off her car from a crash that she got in. She ends up getting a job at the local nursing home, and she meets Lena, who is an 80-year-old lesbian woman who tells her stories about what it was like growing up gay in the 1950s and 60s, and I'm so excited to read this. Oh, I can't wait. Definitely a priority this month for Sapphic September, and I'll have some links to that if you want to participate this month. It's a bingo board. It's just a whole month of reading Sapphic lit. Next is Court of the Undying Seasons by A.M. Strickland. I've heard of this author. I don't believe that I've read them before, so I'm not really sure what this is about, but it's queer, so that's cool. Definitely something I could read for spooky season. Oh, a vampire school. It says, "In becoming a vampire, I'm less than a girl and more. Or maybe I'm becoming what I always have been deep inside, a blade." When 19-year-old Finn volunteers to take her secret love's place in their village's finding, she is terrified. Those who are chosen at the finding are whisked away to Castle Courtsheart, a vampire school where humans succeed and become vampires, or fail and spend the rest of their lives as human thralls, or they don't survive long enough to become either. This is exciting because one thing that I need to cross off on my read queerly bingo is vampires, so maybe you'll see this in a vlog very soon. Let me know if you would like to see me read this and talk about my thoughts, because it's definitely something out of my comfort zone, but it sounds cool. A vampire school? Sign me up. Next is Something Like Possible by Miel Moreland. I have heard of this author because they wrote this book. It's about a band, and I've heard great things about it. On the worst day of her life, Madison is dumped by her girlfriend, then fired as said ex-girlfriend's campaign manager, plus she accidentally rear-ends the student government advisor, the one person whose good word might help her win a spot at a prestigious youth politics summer camp. But Madison is nothing if not a girl with a plan, and she isn't going to let a little thing like heartbreak or a slightly dented bumper get in her way. Soon she has a new junior class president candidate to back, although the two of them might get a little too close on a campaign trail. Between navigating her growing crush and corralling a less than enthusiastic election team, Madison has had it with unexpected changes to her carefully laid plans, but when she and a group of queer classmates discover a pattern of harassment in the student government, Madison's forced to shift gears once again. again. Cool. That sounds really good. Also, the cover is really cool, so definitely going to try and get to this by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens. And last, they sent me a copy of You Don't Have a Shot by Raquel Marie. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this because I already pre-ordered it, so I have an extra copy. I might give it to somebody or donate it to my local LGBT center, so probably going to do one of those things, but I'm super excited to read Raquel this month. She is also going into my Sapphic September TBR, but I read so much last month that I'm taking it easy this month. You'll see my wrap up hopefully this week or next because I read a lot of books. Those are all the books I was sent by Fierce Reads. Thank you again. I was so surprised. I did not know that was coming, but they treated me well with some great YA books that I get to read this year. Now, you may have saw my June wrap up where I had my first sponsorship. Bookshop sponsored my video and I was so happy to partner with them and very happy that I finally got my first sponsorship. I was so excited about that. So I ended up buying some books on Bookshop for that sponsorship, and here they are. I will link my bookshop down below too. That also helps support the channel if you want to. My bookshop is always linked down below if you want to buy any of the books that I mention in videos. I have tons of things on there. I have lists of things that I've mentioned in videos, some of my favorite books. So if you're looking to buy some books, definitely check out Bookshop. This video is not sponsored. I just really love Bookshop, so I'm really glad I was able to work with them. Here are the books that I got. Fake Dates and Mooncakes by Shir Lee, which I haven't gotten around to yet, but hopefully I will by the end of the year. I've heard nothing but great things about this. This is a queer romance about a mooncake festival. So we have like a baking competition thing in here, but also two rival businesses and two teens that are trying to save their family's business. I heard this is so cute. I really hope that I can sit down and read this during a weekend because it's super short and definitely a priority for one of my end of the year hopefuls. Several people are typing by Calvin Kasulke. I wanted to pick this up in August and I am so sad I didn't get a chance to. So this is another book on my end of the year hopefuls. This is by a trans author. I love books that are written in epistolary format, and this is basically told in text messages. I don't really know much about it. It might be a thriller, but when I know it's a trans author, I pick it up. It's following Gerald, who works at a PR firm, and basically it's told in Slack messages, and I do believe it is a mystery. They're just trying to figure out what's going on. This is giving Finna vibes. Maybe I can fit this into my October reads. I also got As You Walk On By Julian Winters, which I will be reading this month for a reading vlog. The only thing I know and want to know is that it has Breakfast Club vibes, so in that vlog you will find out all of my thoughts. And I know I'll love it because I love Julian Winters. And last, I bought Lose You to Find Me by Erik J. Brown, and it's another restaurant foodie book about rivals. I love it. This sounds like a second chance romance because we're following Tommy, who works at a restaurant in a retirement home, and he's trying to save up for culinary school, and a new person is hired and it ends up being his old crush or ex. This sounds really interesting because I have only been reading like competitions, and I do read like restaurant books, but usually it's like The Donut Trap, which is set in like a donut shop, and so I don't really get restaurant, so this is gonna be a new perspective. And I've actually heard a lot of good things about Erik J. Brown. I wanted to pick up his debut, All That's Left in the World. I wanted to pick that up in August, so if I enjoy this, I'll definitely pick up more of his work. That was everything I bought on Bookshop, and as I said, the link will be down below if you want to shop on my Bookshop. I'll earn a small commission. It's at no extra cost to you, but it helps support your local indies. You can check out my June wrap up to learn more about Bookshop if you've never heard of it. They do have it internationally now, and so does Libro FM. They are international, which is great. I love accessibility, and I always pick companies that are going to work for all of my viewers. I'm really glad that Bookshop and Libro FM are going international now. I'm just so happy that everybody gets to experience it, not just us Americans. 2 books left. Let's talk about an arc I was recently recently sent, and it's another anticipated release. This is With or Without You by Erik Smith. It's set in Philly, and it is about two rival cheesesteak food trucks. I love cheesesteaks. I am born and raised in Philly, and so I wanted this so badly. Erik did a call to action on Twitter and was like, hey, anybody want some copies? And I was like, me. Please. Definitely excited for this one. It comes out November 7th, so I will definitely read this and let you know what I think. I feel like I'm going to love it because it's just everything that I want in a book. I have never read a cheesesteak rivalry before, but I feel like it's gonna be a good one. And last, I was sent, I guess it's HarperCollins because it's published by Harper Design, so someone at HarperCollins sent me this. I requested it because it's so cool. This is DapperQ Style, Ungendering Fashion by Anita, Dolce, Vita, and this is the coolest thing ever. It is basically a fashion book about queer fashion, and it has some of my favorite companies, including Tomboy X, who I get a lot of things from. I love them, so I was really glad that they were incorporated into this. I'm definitely going to take a day to read this because I always love finding out more queer fashion, because as a trans person, shopping for clothes is nearly impossible. It's so frustrating. So I love seeing all of the fashion brands, and definitely going to hopefully see if I can try some of them out. But here is Tomboy X. I really love them. They are awesome if you just want some like sports bras, underwear, and I believe they do binders and things like that. I've had a good experience with them, so I'm glad that they were incorporated into this book. And that is it for my end of summer book haul. If you've read any of these or are looking forward to reading them, let me know in the comments. And I feel like it's just been a while, so catch me up, let me know how you're doing. Anything exciting happening, let me know in the comments. And if you don't feel like leaving a comment, you can leave a hockey stick emoji down below so I know that you stayed. If you're new here, feel free to hit subscribe. I talk about queer and trans books a lot on this channel, so if you want more of that, hit subscribe. I have a lot of vlogs coming this month. I am still working on my vlog. I'm hoping that it'll come out this week when I'm filming this, so hopefully you've already seen it. I'll link a playlist and some things down below if you want to just watch more of my videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Bye.